If you don't know K Street, you should. It's where the unofficial fourth branch of government is located. K Street is where the lobbyists are. You know how they say Washington is bought and sold? The people on K Street brokered the deal. So how does one become a lobbyist? Well, the best way is to get a powerful job in the federal government, build up your contacts and your influence, and then trade it for a big payday. This is a major component, by the way, in the Washington swamp of corruption that you hear so much about. And it's the reason that President Trump, in his first week of office, signed an executive order that bans people from leaving the White House and becoming a lobbyist for 5 years. But that doesn't really deal with the biggest swamp problem, because the best way of getting a high-paying lobbying job on K Street is to work here. Congress has become little more than a high-paid internship for K Street. Of the congressmen and women who have retired over the last 20 years, 80% have gone on to do some lobbying work. Those lucky enough to work on K Street get an average salary of $2 million a year. That's 10 times more than they made in Congress. Now, there is a law that prevents representatives from leaving Congress and going right to K Street. They have to wait a whole year. Ooh. In the law, it's officially called the cooling off period. But there's a big loophole in the law that allows members of Congress to interview on Wall Street while they're still in Congress. Many members of Congress have already announced that they are retiring at the end of this session, and K Street drools over them like Wall Street drools over Ivy League MBA grads. For instance, Congresswoman Lynn Jenkins, a Republican from Kansas, announced right after she was reelected in January that she is retiring at the end of this session. She is a member of the powerful Ways and Means Committee, a committee that controls the federal money box. Think about that for a second. That means lobbying firms representing powerful companies, industries, and special interests looking for legislation or tax breaks can offer retiring Congresswoman Jenkins a pot of gold at the end of her congressional rainbow, and it's all legal. And it's not just Jenkins. Dozens of members of Congress are expected to retire at the end of this session. You want to know why dirty deals get done at the end of a legislative session? Look no further than K Street. Congress needs to act and get rid of the K Street loophole. Follow the president's lead and extend the ban on working on K Street to 5 years. In fact, what about a law banning members from ever working on K Street? Nah, that will never happen. That would mean that Congress would have to get rid of its 401 K Street retirement plan. You know, the one they paid for with their votes. I'm Larry Menti. We'll see you again next week.